on the Lush video. It looks so easy. It's not. It's not. I don't... They've got training. No one is training me in melt and pour. I'm just going to take it really, really slow. And it'll be fine. Probably.
Welcome to Cat and Raven Designs. I'm Cat, they, them.
And I'm Raven, she, her. And we are crossing the line today. There is a divide in the soap world. Well, I suppose technically there's two divides. Over there's hot process, and over here there's cold process, and then over here is melt and pour. We normally live here in the cold process world, where we occasionally dip our little footsies into the melt and pour world for embeds. We don't normally do full melt and pour soaps. But it is hashtag trending for our collection this month. You're probably in the way of the logo. I'll just put it over your face like you're Mike Wachowski. Or that. Put the logo over the titties. There we go. So this collection is going to be coming out on Friday, October 27th at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And melt and pour is huge right now. If you're on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, it is all over the place, melt and pour. And you know what? As a cold process person, there are things you can do with melt and pour that you can't do with cold process. The micas look way prettier.
Oh yeah.
I want to try it. I want to get better at it. There are things that I want to learn how to do in melt and pour. So we're going to give it a shot. I got a whole bunch of little sample fragrances. I'm going to do a whole bunch of different experiments. I don't know exactly what all I'm going to do, so I'm going to put chapters down in the description so that you can jump to whatever little project I'm working on. And let's do it. Yeah. Luckily, I don't have to deal with the possibility of lye because it's melt and pour. So it's soap that's already gone through its saponification process. So the most thing I have to deal with is not lye burns, but regular burns because it'll be hot. But I am still going to enter safety mode. Here we go. All right. There we go. So even though I don't have to worry about chemical burns from lye, it is still good manufacturing practice to be covering my hair and my arms and my hands. So we're going to go ahead and get started. For my first project, I am going to be doing a loofah soap. We've never worked with loofah before. I'm finding I know very little about loofah. Loofah comes like this. And if you're like me and you grow up thinking that it's some sort of sea sponge, no, it's not. It's actually a lot closer to like a squash, I think, technically. It is a land plant, not a sea plant, a land plant. And it comes like this, and it is in these big green pods, and this is how they come sometimes. So I have some cut up ones into little discs that I'm going to be putting in my soap. But yeah, I've learned a lot about loofah in the brief time that I've had it. Like sometimes these arrive flat, and I thought that I had made some sort of horrible mistake in buying my loofahs and didn't know what to do because they were flat. So I learned a lesson. They get shipped that way, apparently, but you can rehydrate them. So that's what this is. So here is my mold. It is a Crafter's Choice mold. Looks like it is a round 1602, which comes from Wholesale Supplies Plus. And I've got my little loofahs. I'm going to be melting down my melt and pour really quick. I'm going to be doing clear melt and pour, and I'm going to be adding purple to this one and blue to this one. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to go over every single color that I'm using, just because I'm doing a lot of projects, and I don't know if it's really worth it. But I'm going to be doing blue vibrance with a little bit of Starry Night, and purple vibrance with a little bit of Eclipse. I might add some super sparkles. I don't know. I'm going to see how it plays out. We'll see. So let me melt these down. I haven't used this in forever, but apparently temperature matters a lot with melt and pour. I don't know what I'm doing. This is going to be a weird segment of editing, I feel like, because I have to wait while the melt and pour gets melted. How do people who work with melt and pour a lot, how do they keep their, like, do they have like a wax melter, but for melt and pour?
Probably.
You know, like I know people have like these big containers that they put their wax in, and that way it keeps it at a consistent temperature and you can just pour it out. But I would assume there's something like that for melt and pour. Maybe you just use the same thing. I don't know nothing about melt and pour. I feel like I'm gonna look like an idiot in this video.
Well, whatever.
Like, she's been making soap for like 5 yeand and doesn't know how to use melt and pour. What a loser. Bum, bum, bum. We've been filming for almost 15 minutes already, and only about 2 minutes of it is going to be usable. All right, and just for my own notes, the fragrance oil that I'm adding is candied citrus. I'm getting a lot of requests for a citrus fragrance, and I hear you, and I will do my best to deliver. I'm going to be doing 2 whole trays but I only have one tray to work with, so it's going to take me a second. I'm used to working with cold process. This is really different. I feel like you don't need nearly as much mica with melt and pour as you do with cold process.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how opaque you want it. Opaque.
Opaque. Oh, that smells really good, though.
Oh, yeah.
See, that was barely anything. Look at that.
That fragrance is giving me a nosegasm.
It is. It smells like fruit gems.
Oh, God, yeah, it does.
It smells like fruit gems.
You know what else it kind of smells like?
Kind
of actually smells like Fruit Loops.
Oh, almost a little bit, yeah. 160. I wonder if that's too hot. A lot of things I was seeing was pouring at like 130. Maybe I need to let this cool down just a little bit. I don't know, but I am going to stir it for a little bit to make sure the fragrance sticks really nice. You know that Jenna Marbles and Julian moment where he's like, all I've ever known is doing it to him. And she's like, have you ever considered maybe not doing it to him? And he's like, that's all I know is doing it to him. That's you. You're Julian. You're the Julian to my Jenna.
Yes. I'm the Sophia to your Ben.
Sophia?
Sophia.
To Ben? I'm Ben? I'm Ben?
I'm the Christine.
You said Sophia.
Yeah. I'm also the Christine.
Are you forgetting about Tyler? Or
Tyler.
Did you cross your couples?
I crossed my couples. Your Ben. I'm the Christina to your Ben. I'm the Sophia to your Tyler. I'm who else is there?
Let's see, there's Jenna and Julian, Sophia and Tyler, Christine and Ben. There's Corinne and Rob from Starbanger.
I know. I'm just trying to figure out which one I would be. Which one's more chaotic?
They're both pretty chaotic. You might just be both of them. Okay, I will fully admit I am not used to waiting with melt and pour because we're always just pouring it directly into like an embed mold, so it doesn't really matter. But maybe it does? I don't know. I'm going to try and get it down to slightly lower temperature, and then we'll go from there. I just want to pour it. Being impatient. And I just want to pour it. It's at 150. That's close enough. I've determined that's close enough. So I'm going to pour a double pour. Make it look a little bit galaxy. So here we go. Oh, this is maybe more stressful than I was expecting. Come on, self. Oh, no. Don't float. Don't float. Is that normal? Are they supposed to float?
Apparently.
I don't know. They're floating a lot. Did I not make enough soap? I didn't make enough. Oh no. Get down in there. All right, well, apparently I only made enough to fill. Oh. Get in there. Get in there. Is this normal? Well, I think I need to make some more soap real quick. So let's stop here and we'll do a cut in just a second so that you can see what they look like when we pop them out of the mold. So be right back. Our loofah soaps have had the chance to set up, so we're going to go ahead and pop them out of the mold and see how I did. I feel like I haven't really done a lot of interesting stuff with melt and pour. It's a little intimidating when you're used to something really, really different, like cold process. Like, this just is so different.
So yours, I kind of started with melt and pour.
Ooh.
But,
okay, I wish the loofah was, like, in there better.
I wish it was kind of thicker.
The loofah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, too. Maybe this next round I'll cut some fresh ones that are a little bit thicker. But that looks pretty.
That does.
I did also learn something else, too. So this mold is a 30-ounce capacity. So it's 5 ounces per little circly guy here. And I did not do a full 30 ounces because I thought that the loofah would displace quite a bit of the soap. Apparently it doesn't. So, lesson learned. There we go. That's pretty. Man, these are in there good. I think we're keeping that one.
Yeah, this one's ours.
That one just went flying. Yeesh.
I'm going to hide it over here.
Yeah, came out not too bad. So I think I'm going to cut up some more loofahs a little bit thicker, and I'll try another round, and I'll cut to in just a second how that one came out, so hang tight. All right, so I did cut some larger loofahs. They do stick out a little bit out of the top, but they do go all the way through now. And I added a little bit of super sparkles and some hollow, and I really like how these turned out. So I think if I do another batch of these, I'm definitely going to be custom cutting my loofah circles so that they're taller. So I'd say overall, a success. I would like to do more of these. These are in the same fragrance. And I also tried to do it again, trying some different pour techniques. These ones are scented in
Lily Lemon Drop.
So these are with the larger loofah pieces that go all the way through. I know it's probably kind of hard to tell because they're so light colored, but they are kind of like a yellow and white.
Oh yeah, this camera is not picking up the colors on those.
All right, well that's fine. I'll take some B-roll if I need to. Here, how about this? Here's some B-roll for you. There you go. That's what they look like. So same technique, but different fragrance, more loofahs, because I really like them. I tried one of the Galaxy ones. I've been using it in the shower, and I really, really like it. I like a good, like, rough scrub. Like, take my entire top layer of skin off, please. This next project is based on a long-standing obsession I've had with Lush, specifically with Outback Mate. I've wanted to do this swirl for years, but I don't know what I'm doing, and I've been wanting to achieve it so badly. Do you know the video that Lush put out about making it, compounding it? I have watched that so many times. I want so badly to be able to create that swirl. So I'm going to try, but I'm going to do it green, and I'm going to do it in candy cane fragrance, because that sounds amazing.
While you do that, I'm going to serenade you.
Oh, God.
With my middle school taste in music.
I am deeply concerned already.
Don't worry, you already vetoed one.
Good for me.
I'm so tired of being here.
God.
But you still have all of me.
I have not heard that in so long. Dude, I'm so excited to try this. I have watched this behind the scenes video. I really want to know how to make it. Swirls are hard in melt and pour. I can pop a swirl out no problem in cold process, but melt and pour, it's really difficult. So in the video, they start off by pouring a darker color in first. And I feel like I have too much. Probably have too much. I'm going to set that aside. And they kind of let that set up a little bit. Like they put it a little bit on the sides, swish it around. I might have to reheat my soap, because when they pour the next bit, it is definitely not super liquidy in there. So I might have to let that set up for a second. They make it look so easy on the Lush video. It looks so easy. It's not. It's not. They've got training. No one is training me in melt and pour.
Hi, my name is what? My name is who? My name is Chicka Chicka Slim Shady. Hi, my name is what? My name is who? My name is Chicka Chicka Slim Shady.
Are you checking camera at all? Am I doing just nothing but shots and I don't know because I can't see it?
I mean, it's kind of hard when like you're moving it around like that, but you can definitely see you moving around like that.
Okay, it's getting thick. Okay, I think I'm good to go on the next bit. All right, so then they pour like this, right? And then they're pouring the clear. Well, not completely clear, but like a lot of clear, okay? And they're pouring like, ooh, that is, ooh. Hold up. Am I getting this right? I don't know. Please?
It looks really cool.
It's mostly clear. Oh, maybe? And maybe if I just go right along the edge here, maybe. I got a little bit of this I can pour in. Just a little bit. Just to use up the last of it. Oh, what if it just blends? Please? Ah! Oh, it's so minty in here. It's so minty. Okay, and then some of the videos, they take like a spoon. Can I get a spoon?
I'll spoon you. I was getting you a spoon.
I know, I still want a spoon. I'm doing another experiment back here. Because in the Lush video, they like swirl the top with like a stick. And then in some of the other videos that I've watched, they like swirl it with a spoon. So I had some extra back here. So I'm going to swirl that with a spoon. And then we'll cut these little guys and see if that makes a difference in the way that it comes out. I mean, I know they're really tiny, so it's probably not going to make much of a difference, but still. Okay. We'll see how that comes out. Wish me luck.
Good luck!
And these are how my test pieces turned out, where I was kind of swirling them a little bit with the spoon and the little mini molds. So I think that came out pretty cool too. That might be worth experimenting. We might do that next. But this is our loaf, which I think I'm probably not going to get a swirl. This doesn't seem like it's very swirly. We'll see. But my hopes are not high. And look, I know, I'm aware you're not supposed to cut melt and pour with a multi-bar cutter like this. I hate cutting them with a knife. I hate cutting them with, what's that little guy? This guy? I hate using this. No matter what, I can't ever seem to cut it straight. So, I'm using...
Because we're gay and we can't.
I'm going to use Greg. I'm just going to take it really, really slow. And it'll be fine. Probably. Just taking it really slow. The forever cut. Come on. Come on. Let's see if we got anything remotely close to a swirl. I don't think we did. So, here we go. Meh. Not really. It looks like a butt. It's just a big green butt. Oh.
Saggy tits.
It's a butt.
I was trying to make it better, okay?
Saggy tits doesn't make it better. It's not really a swirl at all. Oh. I tried. All right, I think this is progress. I think, ooh, that one's all right.
Oh, nice.
That one's okay-ish. It's a start. I'd say I've learned a little bit. It's okay. I think maybe it was still too hot. And it swirled and mixed. You can kind of see a swirl trying to happen.
Not really on the camera, though.
Yeah, I don't know. So, I think further experimentation is needed. So, let's try another one and see if maybe trying with the spoon gets us some more luck. So, I'm going to try that next. I'm ready to try the Outback Mate attempt again, and I think I'm going to do blue this time. And I'm switching up my fragrance to lingonberry spice. I'm also trying to get the temperature down a little bit lower. So this has been sitting for a couple minutes already. Just going to be stirring it to get the fragrance properly incorporated. And then I'm going to be mixing it into my colors. I'm going to do way less white. And I think I'm going to try and pour really soon after the dark blue to try and get some more swirling going on. But that might be a little tricky. Melt and pour is not easy. I mean, I don't think I went into this thinking it would be, but man, I thought I would do better than I have been.
My last one, I was not expecting it to turn out as well as it did.
Your last soap?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bro. Bro.
Especially like when I realized, after the first color, I was like, I don't color up. This is gonna work. And then realizing toward the end, because there was actually another step I forgot to do. And it still turned out awesome.
But if you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and check out one of our last videos. Amazing. Not melt and pour though, it's a cool process. Oh my gosh, barely any color. Melt and pour. Those folks that can do like really beautiful melt and pour consistently, skills. A special set of skills that I myself do not obtain currently. Can you see okay?
Yes.
Okay. That rolling around. Not too much. Pour some white. Maybe some more dark blue. Ooh. Okay, maybe we're getting somewhere. I'm sure there's some melt and pour folks somewhere right now like, oh my god, what is she doing? She's doing her best is what she's doing, okay? That's really all we can hope for. Oh, she thick. She thick. Thickums. Okay, I think I want to try and get some of these thick gloopies in here. Maybe I don't. Ah, regrets. Immediate regrets. No. Get in there. Okay. All right, I know in Lush they swirl it. I'm not going to swirl it. I think that was a mistake. I'm going to skip it. So let me spritz this real quick. We got a lot of bubbles.
Because you did a lot of stirring.
Shh. Yes.
You mixed it up real good.
I don't like my micas to be not dispersed. So I'm going to let this sit and we'll see how it comes out. So I think I'm beginning to understand why in the Lush videos they have like a impression at the bottom of the mold and that becomes the top of the soap. Because this, not impressive. But this looks cool as hell. So let's go ahead and give this a cut. I'm going to try and cut it with a knife. Watch me be good and use a kniffy. So I'm sure there's at least one person that was like, Raven, you can't cut melt and pour with Vanya. Like, you can't do that.
I thought we used Greg.
Or Greg, or whatever. You can't use a multi-bar cutter on melt and pour. You're doing it wrong. Correct. I was doing it wrong. You are right.
I believe you acknowledged that we were doing it wrong.
Yeah, but there's always somebody. Somebody's always gonna say something. Alright, ready?
Yes.
I did it! Woo! I did it! I did it! There we go! That's a proper swirly, huh?
Ooh, camera's having difficulties focusing on that swirl.
Look at that! I did it! Yeah! Alright. Let's get another. Another. These are not cut straight at all. I'm doing my best.
That is why we have multi-bar cutters.
Yeah, but you're not really supposed to cut melt and pour with a multi-bar cutter.
I mean, I'm aware of this, but we also have it, like, hella soft right now.
Yeah!
Ooh.
Ooh, so swirly.
So shiny.
Look at that. Got some good swirls. Oh, there we go. Now you can really see. Yeah! I did it! Ooh.
Come on. Focus. You can do it.
No. Not working?
That's the best we're getting.
Okay. Look at that one. Yeah.
It was struggling with this patch right here.
Good swirlies.
Dude, these are so pretty.
I did it. Yeah. It's so neat. Oh, how cool is that? I did it. Yay! Okay, so it was definitely a temperature thing, for sure. Temperature and speed and bare minimum the white lighter color. So I have learned. We're gonna be setting up to move on to the next attempt here, the next experiment. I would like to note melt and pour is hard, and I am learning a lot, but also I really like how I can pour this and in a few hours I can cut it. That is really nice. Absolutely a benefit that is more so than our usual forte of cold process. So. Pros and cons.
Oh God, what is that orgasmic smell?
Sour Patch Kids type. So we're trying another experiment. I think this is going to be the last one for now. If you'd like us to try some more melt and pour experiments, or even cold process ones, just let us know. I wouldn't mind doing a part 2 of something like this. I think they're fun. So this one, I saw a technique where folks were pouring like this little mountain of melt and pour, and then either balling it up or like cutting it up into strips or just tearing it with their hands and putting it into the main mold and then doing a base color. If I can find one, here's a reference of the kind of thing that I'm talking about. What I'm going to be fragrancing this one with is from Aztec Candles. It is Sour Patch Kids type. It smells so good. It's probably not phthalate free. We've been trying to do primarily phthalate free fragrances, but a lot of the ones from Aztec are not phthalate free, and so I'll have to double check if it is or not. I'll let you know. Here's the answer. Haha. I think what I'm going to be doing is something kind of similar to what we did with the Prism soap. There were some embeds on top of the Prism soap that I adore. I thought they were so pretty.
Oh, they were gorgeous.
And I've been dying for an opportunity to do something kind of similar to that again, which I think is what this is going to be. I'm going to be doing red, yellow, and blue so that it mixes a little bit and we get some rainbow effect, hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. So all of this here I probably don't need in order to make enough to fit in one mold. So I'm not going to be pouring all of this into the colors. I'm going to be saving some of this for the base, but we're going to get started. I think I'm seeing why a lot of melt and pour artists use liquid colorants and not micas. This is kind of a pain in...
Yeah.
Close enough. I think I'm going to fast forward this part because this is going to take a hot second. So here we go. I think this is not going to look as gay as I was hoping.
I mean, it still looks pretty cool.
We'll see. All right, I got to let this set up, and then I'm going to come back and tear it, put it into pieces, and put it in the mold. So hang tight. So now that this is set up, I'm going to go ahead and peel it out, which, oh man, looks neat. And let's start tearing it up into shreds. Not an easy task. They made it look so easy. It's not.
It's like taffy.
Okay, I have one major concern with this technique, which is how do you keep from having air bubbles?
You don't.
You don't. You just don't. You just have them. There's just nothing you can do about it. Ugh. It is very much like trying to rip taffy. That is for sure.
I think you're absolutely going to have air bubbles, though, and lots of them if you keep, like, pushing it down.
That's what they do in the videos, though. I don't know. I think what I'm going to do... Jeez. You know what this feels like? Trying to rip fruit leather. Because what they do is they're almost, like, balling it up. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get it, like, in here, and then I'm going to take it out and I'm like, roll it into, like, a log. I think that may be the best I can do here. I don't know. They have it in, like, way smaller pieces. I can't feasibly get them that small.
Raven is struggling.
Yeah, I'm on the struggle bus.
You should get off the struggle bus. Join me on the bus to hell.
I don't know if that's really any better. That sounds like it's of similar caliber, really.
Yeah, but we got Little Nas X.
I do like Little Nas X. What are we doing when we get there?
Giving the devil a lap dance and then taking over.
Like, I'm going to be honest, when I was watching some of the videos of people doing this, I was like, I don't understand how this works. How does this work? Because they do, like, a white base on top of it, right? And, like...
I dare you to do clear.
You dare me to do clear?
Yeah.
Why are you daring me? Not you. I don't need to be dared. I thought for sure when I was watching them do this that they were going to, like, put it in the microwave or something and, like, heat it up a little bit. But no. You just go for it. This feels like a terrible idea. If I'm being perfectly honest right now. I think I want to do a black base. Either that or like a glitter base.
I dare you to do glitter.
You would.
Glitter, yeah, glitter's good. Let's do glitter. I like glitter. Let's go. Let's do the glitter.
Hold on. First I gotta like really squish this. Rude. Excuse you,
Melt
Melt and Pour.
using the Amazon mold.
I didn't want to do that much Melt and Pour in like a brambleberry mold. That's too much. I bought 25 pounds of Melt and Pour and I'm more than halfway through it, bro.
Only halfway through it, bro? Is that it, bro?
Shut up! Don't. Shut up! You.
Cool story, bro. Needs more dragons.
Shut the up. Raging. Go melt my soap, you.
Suck my.
Produce it then. Go yourself.
I'd feel bad for you for having to deal with all my. You keep opening yourself up wide for it.
Why? Why are you like this? What happened to you? Who did this to you?
You had the full story of my childhood up into adulthood, or
No.
and all the trauma?
No.
Yeah.
I'm good.
The answer to this question is trauma. Trauma made me like this.
Oh my god, I barely put any glitter in here. It's so glittery. Look at this. Holy crap.
Glitter.
This is the best we're gonna get. Let's go. I don't know, man. I have a lot of doubts right now.
Same.
It's a lot of bubbles already, which is probably good. I mean, you want bubbles. Because that means that it's filling all the cavities. But I don't know. I don't know how it's going to come out. I'm not ready to trust the process, I think.
I don't trust the process. I just think what we're seeing right now on the top looks kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something. I'll take that. We're going to let this sit, and we'll see how we did. We'll be right back. So here it is. I don't have high hopes, if I'm being honest. I'm going to do my best. And at least the last swirly experiment came out right. So we'll see how this did. Okay. Let's cut a bar. Alright. And ready?
Mm-hmm. The reveal. Go.
Ta-da! I don't know, man. It's weird. I don't know how I feel about it.
Don't take this the wrong way. I'm a little underwhelmed with that one. Especially after the last one.
I don't think I like that technique.
I mean, some of them look kind of cool, I guess.
I mean, it's a thing.
It is a thing you have done.
It is a thing I have created. I mean, I don't know, guys. It's kind of ugly.
You know, there's going to be at least one person in the comments that's going to be like, but I'm so cute. I love it.
It's okay to be wrong. You know what it kind of makes me think of?
Huh.
Like an amoeba. Like something you'd grow in a petri dish.
You know what it reminds me of? Those, like, paintings from the 90s that were or, like, 80s or, you know, late 80s, early 90s or something like that were supposed to be abstract, but look like finger paintings.
I don't think we should sell this one. I don't know, man. It just looks like it's gonna fall apart.
It kind of does.
Maybe the kids get this one. I don't know. Yeah. So I know it wasn't a ton of different experiments, but you know, I feel like I definitely learned a lot during this, and I would be interested in trying some more experiments. But these are the last of our #trending collection that is going to be available on Friday, October 27th at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And all of these, and I do like those, And we'll probably sell those too. But
I mean, these ones there's nothing wrong with, and they're actually still kind of cute.
Yeah.
They're just not as swirly as these ones.
exactly. So could be worse.
And they smell fantastic.
But the rest of the collection is cold process. So you'll be able to pick those up on Friday, which is actually this Friday. So with that, I think we're going to go ahead and call this melt and pour experiment complete, and we will catch you tomorrow for the launch. So, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, hey, I forgot. Don't forget, hydration reminder. Go and hydrate yourself. Even this is not our usual thing. That is. So we will catch you for launch day and the next video. So we'll see you later. Bye.